Your family's future is at stake. Open this urgent message from heaven before it's too late to save them. Listen now, beloved. I speak to you not as a distant deity, but as the one who formed you, who numbered every hair on your head, who has walked beside you through fire and flood, and who now calls out with urgency. For the clock is ticking toward midnight, and the heavens are issuing a time-sensitive alert over your family. The air in the spirit has shifted. A holy line has been drawn, and what was once tolerated in silence is now being confronted by the roar of divine justice. This is not an ordinary moment. This is not just another message floating through time. This is the moment heaven breaks the seal on a sacred scroll meant only for your eyes, only for your house, only for your name. The gates of intercession have been saturated by your private cries, the ones you whispered when no one else was listening, the tears you hid, the groans you muffled beneath your breath have now thundered in the courts of heaven. I, the Lord your God, have heard, and I have come with response. But this time, I do not come with mere comfort. I come with command. I come with direction. I come with intervention. Yes, the enemy has waged a quiet, long war on your household. He has done it through distraction, through delay, through discouragement. He has done it by wrapping your loved ones in anxiety, addiction, apathy, and cycles of rebellion. But now I speak, no more. The time of tolerating spiritual passivity is over. A divine tipping point has been reached. And I am declaring this plainly. The window is closing. What you choose to heed now will not only determine your own peace, but the legacy of your children and your children's children. Your family has been marked, not of her destruction, but of her destiny. But the adversary fears this. He knows what your family line is destined to carry. Prophets, warriors, bridge builders, healers, revivalists. Your bloodline carries a generational echo of my power, and that is why he's come so fiercely, to fragment your house before its fullness is revealed. But today, I uncover every hidden sabotage. Today, I reveal the plots that were birthed in darkness to weaken your lineage. I unveil the moments where he sought to divide you from your own flesh and blood, where whispers turned into wedges and silence became a weapon. But I say this now: restoration, warning, and breakthrough are colliding in one divine moment. This isn't an accident. You didn't stumble upon this message. It was timed with heavenly precision. There are no coincidences in my kingdom, only divine appointments. This message isn't mass-produced. It's sacred. It's been woven with the threads of your specific situation. I tailored this moment not for your neighbor, not for the casual passerby, but for you. You who have labored in prayer. You who have held on to hope while everyone else walked away. You who have fought for the soul of your family in silence. And now, heaven responds to your battle cry. Do not underestimate the weight of this moment. Your obedience right now is the hinge upon which generational blessing swings. This is not the time to hesitate. This is not the hour to delay. For every second you wrestle in indecision, the enemy whispers lies into hearts that were meant to be whole. But I, the Lord, speak now and say, choose alignment, choose righteousness, choose obedience, and I will do what you could never do in your own strength. I will rebuild what was shattered. I will breathe on what looks dead. I will silence the chaos with my peace. Let this word penetrate your soul. Let it awaken what you buried. Let it restore your faith in the promise I made to you long ago, the one you forgot because time wore you down. You are not too late, but the time is short. Do not scroll away. Do not dismiss this. For those who listen will be covered. Those who heed will be preserved. Those who obey will see the restoration they prayed for come like a flood. Type "I receive this word" in the comments below. Blessing code 4411 is now wrapping your household in divine protection. My child, hush the noise now. Quiet your scrolling spirit. You've heard 1,000 voices this week, none of them heaven. But I've been speaking. I've been nudging. I've been sending signs, wrapped in simplicity. And still you've questioned, was that really God? But hear me clearly now. Yes. It was. It has been. And it is still me. This is not your imagination. This is divine interruption. This is heaven intervening in the rhythm of your distracted routine. I'm not just knocking on the door of your attention. I'm breaking it open. Why? Because I love you too much to let you miss this. Your family is under siege. Not in the natural, but in the spiritual. You feel the pressure, the confusion, the misalignment. You thought it was just emotions. You thought it was just stress. But I reveal it now. You are discerning war. The enemy have been subtle. He's woven doubt into conversations. He's planted exhaustion into your bones. He's made you feel powerless while chaos increased around you. And still, you blamed yourself. You tried to be strong. You tried to carry it all. You silenced your tears because no one seemed to notice. But I noticed. And I am telling you now, you were never meant to fight this war alone. If you scroll past this message, something sacred will be missed. This is not just a video. This is not just encouragement. This is strategy. This is divine intelligence. This is your last warning before alignment is either sealed or lost. I know how tired you are. I know how many times you said, maybe it's too late. But look again. I have kept you through every storm because this was the moment I was preserving you for. Your destiny and your family's deliverance are entwined. What you choose now will echo into every room of your bloodline. Let the world pause. Let the distractions die. Tune your ears to my frequency, because this next word is going to correct, confront, and commission you. I am pouring out clarity. I am pouring out fire. I am pouring out mercy laced with urgency. Do not harden your heart. Don't let fear make you passive. You are not powerless. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. You are my chosen vessel, my hidden weapon, my beloved child. Now lean in. Type "I am chosen" if you receive this message. Blessing code 5678 is now surrounding you with divine focus and family protection. Beloved one, I speak to you now as the God who sees. I see through the doors others never knock on. I walk the halls of your home when everyone else has left. I linger near you in silence when no one else knows you're breaking inside. You are not invisible to me. You are not forgotten. I have witnessed every moment you've kept yourself together while your world unraveled around you. And I say this today, I have come to answer the cry you thought was ignored. You've begged me to fix what feels shattered beyond repair. The fracture between siblings, the resentment in your marriage, the cold silence at the dinner table, the child who won't look you in the eyes anymore. You fought to keep peace, but the pressure has bruised your spirit. You sacrificed sleep, joy, and even parts of your identity trying to hold everyone else together. And still, you felt like you were the only one trying. But hear me, child of fire and glory. I was never absent. I was never distant. I did not turn away when they stopped listening. I did not remain silent in indifference. No, I was moving in the shadows. I was intercepting attacks you never even knew were coming. I was holding the family line together with my mercy while you collapsed in your prayer closet. I saw the betrayal that made you question your own worth. I saw the slander from the very ones you love. I saw the lies that twisted your character and fractured your confidence. I saw the isolation. I saw you show up anyway, smile anyway, serve anyway. I saw you, even when it seemed no one else cared to look. You've asked me, why won't they just understand? And I answer you now, because they are blinded by their own wounds. They cannot see clearly while wrapped in their own battle. But I can. I see all, and I judge in righteousness. You've blamed yourself for storms you didn't cause. You've questioned whether you were the root of the division. You wondered if your love was ever enough. But I say this now, your efforts have not been in vain. Your love has not been wasted. The enemy has tried to make you believe your presence made no difference, but oh, how wrong he is. Your very breath is warfare. Your kindness is resistance. Your consistency is a weapon. You have carried more spiritual weight in your silence than others do with entire armies. And I honor that. This is your validation. This is your divine vindication. I see your labor. I know your pain. And I am the God who restores every unseen seed sown in love. You've been faithful even when you didn't see fruit. You stayed when it was easier to run. You prayed when it felt pointless. And I say this with thunder in my voice, that season is about to end. You are entering into the days of seeing. You will see the fruit of those prayers. You will see the softening of hardened hearts. You will see unity begin to sprout where there was once division. You will see healing where there was only hurt. Yes, I will cause you to reap what you sowed in tears. And it will come back to you pressed down, shaken together, running over. You are not just seen, you are chosen. You carry the anointing of a breaker, the one who disrupts cycles. You were born for such a time as this, not to survive dysfunction, but to shatter it completely. Your love is not weak. Your softness is not foolish. It is divine. It is Christ-like. And I have anointed it. Let me say this plainly. You are the answer to prayers your ancestors prayed but never saw fulfilled. Your name is the signal of divine reversal. Your presence is what the enemy fears, because you bring me into every room you walk into. So don't believe the lies. Don't accept the narrative that your role doesn't matter. You are my beloved. You are my vessel. You are my firebrand in the dark. I'm about to honor you publicly for what you endured privately. I'm about to put peace in places you forgot you even needed it. I'm going to use your story, your raw, real, unfiltered story, to minister to others who are still drowning in what I pulled you out of. You are radiant with purpose, even if no one ever told you. But I'm telling you now. So lift your head, straighten your spine, and prepare your heart. Restoration is not just a word, it's what I'm doing right now. Even as you hear this, angels are being dispatched on assignment to the very ones you've been praying for. Do not give up. Do not relent. You've been seen, and I will not allow your obedience to be mocked. This is the beginning of a new season, and it starts with the acknowledgement of your tears. It was never about what you did wrong. It's always been about who you are becoming. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, You can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Don't forget to subscribe if this message touched you. You'll receive more spirit-led insights, divine strategies, and fresh revelation just when you need it most. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Lesson code 2244 is now activated over your home. My child, it is time to expose what has been hidden. Time to pull back the veil that the enemy draped over your eyes. Time to break the silence of confusion that has hovered over your family like a fog. You have wondered, why does it feel like something is off? You sense the tension, the division, the passive aggression wrapped in politeness, the constant unrest, but you didn't have the words to name it. Today, I name it for you. It is war. Yes, what you don't know, what you haven't seen, has been working against you. The enemy has not been idle. He's been meticulous. He's studied your bloodline. He knows your vulnerabilities, your history, your household patterns. He's been planting seeds of sabotage in the unseen. Conversations have happened behind closed doors. Words have been spoken in envy, offense, and bitterness. Agreements have been made, not all verbal, but spiritual, designed to interrupt your family's flow, fracture your unity, and delay your destiny. There are spirits behind the silence, spirits behind the misunderstanding, spirits behind the generational breakdowns that have become normal in your family. That ongoing feud between siblings, it's not just personality differences. It's a spiritual cord of offense wrapped around years of miscommunication. That passive resentment between parents and children. It's not just distance. It's a spirit of rejection that entered in through trauma long buried. Hear me clearly. This is not just relational. This is territorial. Your family is not merely a group of people. Your family is a spiritual territory that carries generational purpose. That's why the enemy has sent assignments against it. He fears what you would accomplish united. He dreads the sound of your family in harmony. He knows that if you break the curse, a lineage of righteousness will rise in its place. There are people, yes, even those close to you, who have been unknowingly used to further these demonic agendas. That friend who always plants doubt instead of peace. That coworker who constantly pulls you into gossip about your loved ones. That family member whose bitterness poisons the atmosphere at every gathering. They are not the enemy, but they've been used by the enemy. Planted distractions. Strategic emotional traps. And today I say, no more. I am uncovering every plot. I am exposing every false alliance. I am dissolving every demonic contract formed through slander, offense, and generational vows. The time of darkness operating in secrecy is over. Light is coming in like a flood. The plans formed in shadows will now be dismantled in daylight. You've asked me why breakthrough feels so delayed. You prayed, fasted, believed, and yet the storm rages on. The truth is, you've been fighting surface battles while your real war has been underground. You are swinging at symptoms, not sources. But today, I am giving you X-ray vision. You will see behind the curtain. You will discern the source of the unrest. You will no longer be manipulated by moods and moments. You will be anchored in divine clarity. This is where your clarity becomes your weapon. This is the hour of unveiling. I am giving you the authority to name the spirits that have plagued your family. I'm releasing discernment so sharp, it will cut through confusion like a sword. And where I don't know what's wrong, you will know. And you will bind what needs to be bound, and loose what needs to be loosed. You not be surprised when people begin to manifest discomfort around you, when the hidden motives begin to surface, when those who were once close grow cold without warning. It is not you. It is the presence of heaven that now rests on you. You are becoming spiritually toxic to what once found comfort in dysfunction. You are no longer compatible with darkness. This is deliverance. You've been praying for change, but the change begins in sight. I cannot heal what you refuse to confront, and I will not allow you to remain blind in a time that requires vision. What you see now will equip you to reclaim territory that was stolen under the disguise of normalcy. But hear this, you are not alone in this battle. I have assigned angels to your household. I have placed my spirit within you to discern, to speak, to shift the environment with authority. You do not need to shout. You do not need to prove yourself. Your presence, saturated in my word, is enough to disturb every demonic agenda that once felt safe. And now, I ask you to walk boldly. Expose what needs to be exposed, not through anger, but through truth. Don't shrink to keep the peace that isn't real. Don't nod and smile to keep relationships that are built on spiritual compromise. Your alignment matters more than their approval. And when you take your stand, I will stand with you. When you open your mouth, I will fill it. When you declare peace, I will enforce it with the hosts of heaven. This moment is a divine confrontation, not with people, but with principalities. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. You are not too sensitive. You are spiritually alert. You are prophetically in tune. And you are the appointed one in your family to drive out what has lingered for far too long. Lift your head, warrior. The Lord of hosts fights for you. The Lion of Judah roars behind you. This battle is not just about now. It's about what your children and grandchildren will no longer have to face. You are building an inheritance of freedom. Let it be said of you, they were the one who saw. They were the one who stood. They were the one who said, enough is enough. Type I will stand in the comments if this speaks to your spirit. Blessing code 8822 is now releasing a shield of truth over your household. Now listen closely, my beloved. The moment you've entered is no ordinary hour. This is not a season to play with. This is not a delay to ignore. You are standing at a divine crossroad, a place where heaven watches, hell trembles, and all of creation holds its breath. Two doors are before you. One leads to legacy, the other to loss. One leads to peace beyond comprehension, the other to cycles you've begged me to break. This is a decision point that will echo for generations. You are not just making a choice for yourself, you are choosing for your entire bloodline. I have brought you here by divine orchestration. Every battle, every disappointment, every betrayal has led you to this threshold. You are not here by accident. And now I must ask you, will you choose me again? Will you trust my leading even when it makes no worldly sense? Will you surrender your timeline, your comfort, your need to be understood to protect what I've already claimed as holy? This is the moment where silence is no longer neutral. To remain silent is to agree with chaos. To delay is to empower dysfunction. I am not angry with you, child. But I am drawing a line in the sand, because the cost of indecision has become too high. The next generation is watching. The enemy is betting on your fatigue. But I am breathing new fire into your bones right now. You must choose. I know you've been here before, that sacred tension between staying quiet for peace or speaking up for truth. But this time it matters more than ever. The weight of this choice will determine what your children inherit, emotionally, spiritually, even physically. What enters their lives depends on what you allow, what you tolerate, and what you confront. There are traps in this season dressed as solutions. There are open doors that look good, feel convenient, and appear to ease your burden. But hear me now. Not every open door is divine. Some are designed to reroute your family into longer seasons of loss. There are voices whispering what you want to hear, but their counsel is poisoned. There are shortcuts that seem easier, but they lead to spiritual exile. This is why I need your ear in this hour like never before. Don't rely on your emotions right now. Don't let the fear of loneliness or conflict sway you. I have already marked the right door, the narrow path, the one not many choose, but the only one that leads to breakthrough. The path I am calling you to will require sacrifice. It will demand obedience when others call you foolish. It will cost your comfort. But oh, the reward. Oh, the legacy. Oh, the freedom it unlocks for your children's children. The choice isn't about comfort. It's about covenant. Choose the harder conversation. Choose the righteous standard. Choose the boundaries that protect your peace. Choose the discomfort that comes with deliverance. Because while compromise may feel easier now, it will cost you later. But obedience, even when it hurts, releases favor that no man can reverse. Ask me which door is mine, and I will show you. Ask me for discernment, and I will open your eyes. I am not asking you to fight this alone. I am asking you to choose me so I can fight with you. Because I cannot bless what you tolerate if it contradicts my truth. And I cannot protect what you will surrender. Let me be clear. This is a bloodline-breaking moment. If you choose me now, what took your family decades to recover from, I will redeem in days. What others died trying to overcome, you will overcome in prayerful obedience. The chains that bound past generations are no match for the choice you make right now. You may feel fear, but fear is not your guide. I am. You may feel unsure, but I am the shepherd who leads through valleys and mountaintops. My voice is not in the storm. It is in the stillness. Find your peace in my presence and then move boldly. Because indecision, though it seems passive, is a doorway to destruction. And I love you too much to let you wander blind in a season that demands sight. Choose the door of holiness. Choose the door of hard truth. Choose the door of legacy. You are the pivotal generation. You are the one I have trusted with this mantle. And yes, it's heavy, but it's holy. I chose you because you are capable, because you are willing, because you are marked. So take your position. Make your stand. Do not waver. Do not doubt. The moment you step through the right door, I will flood your life with confirmations. You won't have to chase peace. It will find you. You won't have to force alignment. I will send the right voices, the right resources, and the right timing to you. You have already suffered enough from wrong doors. Now it is time to be led by wisdom, not wounds. I'm aligning angels around your house, around your children, around your future. The moment you choose correctly, those angels go to work, dismantling what has opposed you, rebuilding what you couldn't. And yes, some people will leave when you choose right. But let them go. Not everyone is called into your next. Those who remain will be divinely assigned. I will make sure of it. This is your turning point. This is your line in the sand. This is your one door or one decision. Type I choose righteousness in the comments below. Blessing code 3399 is releasing divine decision-making clarity over your household even now. Beloved, you have been walking under the weight of false definitions. The world has tried to tell you that your power is in who applauds you, that your worth is tied to how many people agree with you, that your voice only matters when others approve. But I say to you now, that is a lie from the pit of hell. You are not becoming powerful. You are not growing into something great. You already are who I have called, anointed, and established before the foundation of the world. This is not about who you are striving to be. This is about waking up to who you already are. You have carried more spiritual weight in your quiet obedience than many do in their loud declarations. You felt small because others overlooked you. But let me reveal a secret. The most dangerous weapons in my kingdom are the hidden ones. You have walked with humility, and the world mistook it for weakness. You have served in silence, and they thought you were desperate. You sat at empty tables, and they assumed you had nothing to offer. But I tell you now, you are a vessel of thunder wrapped in stillness. You are a storm disguised as peace. You are not a burden. You are not too but. You are not an afterthought. You are the very one I chose to carry the spiritual leverage your family needed. Where others crumbled, you endured. Where others ran, you remained. Where others blamed, you prayed. You are not waiting to arrive. You have already arrived in my presence. Your name is already known in heaven. Your obedience already echoes in the halls of the angels. The battles you've survived are not just stories. They are scrolls of war that heaven reads as testimony. You keep waiting for someone to affirm what I've already established. But I did not assign you to be validated by man. I assigned you to be aligned by heaven. You do not have to prove yourself any longer. You do not have to explain why you feel what you feel. That intuition, that discernment, that burden, it's not emotional instability. It's your prophetic mental awakening. You've tried to make sense of it logically, but it's not logical. It's supernatural. You were born for such a time as this. Not to survive in chaos, but to shift the atmosphere of it. You are the thermostat, not the thermometer. You were never meant to reflect the temperature of dysfunction. You were designed to set it. You were created to regulate the spiritual climate in every room you enter. That's why conflict surrounds you, not because you're the problem, but because you disturb what's been too comfortable. Demons tremble when you walk in wombs they've ruled for generations. The spirits that tormented your bloodline have no peace around you, because you are not from them. You were sent to end them. You've been labeled, misunderstood, mistreated, and yet you still love. You still believe. You still intercede. Why? Because you were born for war in the spirit, and you are a peacemaker in the natural. That's why the enemy has tried to silence your identity. He's wrapped it in guilt, shame, confusion, and comparison. But today I rip the veil off. I expose the lie. You don't need to be someone else. You don't need to grow into some future version of yourself to be effective. You already carry the fire. You already carry the oil. You already are what your family needs. You've said, Lord, if only I were stronger, but I say to you, your strength has already been proven in your survival. You've said, maybe I'm just too sensitive. And no, beloved, you are sensitive because you are prophetic. You feel what others ignore. That's not weakness. That's your call. You've said, maybe I'm just not enough. And I say, you are more than enough because I am in you. Stop begging for the mantle that's already on your life. Stop chasing confirmation when I've already given you demonstration. Look at how things shift when you pray. Look at how peace returns when you walk into the room. Look at how your family returns to clarity after you spent time alone with me. You keep thinking you need a microphone to be powerful, but I've made your spirit a broadcast tower in the unseen realm. Demons flee without you speaking a word. That's not weakness, that's weight. You were never called to blend in. You were called to break through. So walk with your head lifted, not with pride but with knowing. Walk like the rooms were made for your light. Walk like the prayers of your great-grandmother rest on your tongue. Walk like your children's future depends on your obedience, because it does. Heaven doesn't need you to hustle. It needs you to align. Stop shrinking to fit where you don't belong. Stop second-guessing what I've already spoken over you. You are my answer in your family line. You are the intercessor. You are the one who hears me clearly. You are the one who discerns what others excuse. That's why the warfare has been so intense, not because you're weak, but because you're targeted. And not by me, by the one who knows if you ever fully realize who you are, he won't be able to control your bloodline any longer. This is your identity awakening. You're not becoming chosen. You've always been chosen. You're not learning how to be powerful. You already are. Let every lie melt now. Let every counterfeit label burn. Let every false identity be shattered. Because the real you is emerging. And the real you is dangerous to hell. I did not ask you to be perfect. I asked you to be present. I asked you to believe. To obey. To say yes even when you're trembling. And that yes, that trembling yes is shaking foundations in the spirit even now. Type I already am in the comments if this identity word spoke to you. Blessing code 7770 is now awakening your divine calling in full authority. Listen now, my beloved child. The war has not been without loss. The fight you've endured has left wounds you couldn't explain, burdens you couldn't share, and gaps in your family's life that you've long stopped hoping to fill. But hear me now. I am the Lord your God, and I am the God of recompense. This is not just the end of warfare. This is the beginning of reversal. This is the hour where heaven responds with divine restitution. And I am not returning what was taken as it was. I am returning it multiplied. I am releasing a double portion. I saw what was stolen when no one else acknowledged it. I saw the time that was devoured, years spent in brokenness, confusion, addiction, betrayal, estrangement. I saw how the enemy slowly siphoned peace from your household, joy from your marriage, connection from your children, and dreams from your heart. And while the world told you to move on, I was counting every second of your pain. Every tear that hit your pillow was documented in the courts of heaven. I never missed a moment. And now, I declare, the books are being balanced. What you thought was lost is not gone. It was being stored. It was being preserved for divine return. The prodigal you thought would never return. They are turning even now. The child who hardened their heart to truth. I have been working in dreams, in unexpected conversations, in sudden moments of softness you didn't see coming. There are family members you haven't spoken to in years who are about to reach out with words they swore they'd never say. Apologies, reconciliations, open doors. Yes, it is coming. Because I am the God who brings full circle what the enemy tried to leave incomplete. You thought I was silent, but I was building the reversal behind the scenes. The diagnosis that felt like a death sentence. I am rewriting that story. The bitterness that settled like fog in your home. I'm lifting it with the breath of my spirit. The marriage that felt hollow, hopeless, I am reigniting with sacred fire. You thought things were too far gone, but you didn't know how close I've been. This is the hour of divine return. I am returning time. I am returning relationships. I am returning strength. But I'm not just giving you back what was stolen. I'm giving you interest. You will gain wisdom that makes up for wasted years. You will receive insight that shields you from making the same mistakes again. You will walk in a peace that's deeper because of what you survived. Your reward will match the pain. Even now, I am dealing with a thief. The enemy thought he could take without consequence. But my word is clear: when the thief is found, he must repay sevenfold. The enemy has been caught, and now the repayment must begin. Your faithfulness has triggered this release. You didn't let go. You didn't stop believing. Even when it looked like nothing was working, you kept praying. Even when your family laughed at your faith, you kept declaring. You didn't see change, but I saw your persistence. I saw your integrity. And because of that, I now pour out a reward not just on you, but through you. You will be the distribution center of blessing for your family. What used to take years to rebuild, I will now restore in days. What was shattered in arguments and misunderstandings will be healed in supernatural clarity and sudden compassion. Do not say it's too late. I am not bound by time. I restore beyond time. I redeem what is unreachable. And when I restore, there is no trace of what was broken, only beauty remains. Watch how I reverse it. You wept when they left. You will shout when they return. You mourn what you lost. You will dance when I bring it back with double grace. You gave when it hurt. Now you will receive when it heals. I am not just reviving dead things. I am rebuilding futures. The same family line the enemy tried to fracture will now become a source of generational power. The curse is breaking. The door is opening. A mantle is falling. You need only to prepare to receive. Open your heart. Make room in your expectations. Clean out the clutter of fear and disappointment. Because when I pour out blessing, I do it pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I am sending replacements for what was taken. I am restoring what was misused. I am rebuilding what was abandoned. You are stepping into days you never thought you'd live to see. But they are here. They are coming quickly. Do not worry about how it will happen. It's already in motion. The shift began the moment you said yes. The reversal began the moment you refused to settle. You didn't need to fix everything. You just needed to trust me. You are walking into the evidence of my faithfulness. And it's not just for you. It's for your children. Your children's children. Your household is about to carry a testimony that cancels every lie spoken over your name. A reversal is not coming. It has begun. So praise before it shows up. Celebrate while it's still on the way. Open the windows of your faith. Because blessing doesn't need a key when obedience opens the door. Type Restore IT, Lord, in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 9901 is now unlocking double portion grace and generational recompense over your life. My beloved child, hear this with spiritual ears and a guarded heart. Not every voice from your past is a voice I have sent. Not every tearful apology is soaked in repentance. Not every I miss you carries the fragrance of heaven. In this season of restoration, in this hour of divine reversal, I must also release a sacred warning. What I am healing must not be recontaminated. What I am rebuilding must not be handed back to the hands that broke it. You've asked for clarity. You begged for direction. Now I answer with truth. This is the hour of relational discernment. You have grown. You have changed. You have evolved under pressure. You have been refined by fire. But now, as you rise, the enemy will attempt to use familiar faces to pull you into familiar bondage. He knows he cannot stop your elevation, so he sends distractions dressed as reconciliation. He sends counterfeits wearing the costume of closure. He sends broken alliances masked as old friends and long-lost family with their own intentions. But child, not every return is holy. Not every reconnection is divine. I know your heart is soft. I know you long for peace. You want to see the ones you love restored. You want to believe the best. That is beautiful, and it reflects me. But do not let your compassion become an open gate for compromise. Some are returning not because they've changed, but because they sense your light and want to draw from it without carrying the weight of transformation. They are hungry for your spiritual clarity, but not committed to your covenant with me. You must test the fruit, not just listen to the words. I will show you. I will highlight motives. I will give you dreams, interruptions, even a heaviness in your spirit. Pay attention. I'm not keeping people from you to punish you. I am protecting the garden I've begun to grow inside of you. Some people are weeds, and you must not allow them to wrap around your roots again. They drained you once. They confused your sense of value. They silenced your discernment. They twisted your identity to make you question what you knew was truth. That is not love. That is manipulation wrapped in nostalgia. I will tell you plainly, some who come back must stay out. And yes, some returns will be holy. Some hearts have been humbled. Some minds have been changed. I am working even now on hearts you thought were unreachable. And when I send them, you'll know, not by what they say, but by the peace that enters the room when they do. There will be no pressure, no guilt, no confusion. There will be divine confirmation. But let me open that door, not you. In the meantime, I am replacing what you thought you lost. I am bringing new voices, friendships forged in spiritual fire, mentors who speak with clarity and not comparison, even family members you never expected to be safe havens. I'm raising up safe voices, those who don't just comfort your past but honor your purpose. You cried when some walked away, but in time, you'll thank me they did. Your exit made space. Your silence cleared the path. They were never meant to hold the weight of your next season. You cannot carry old agreements into new territory. So guard your peace. Guard your circle. Guard your gates. The same way you would protect a newborn from disease. Protect the new season I'm birthing in you. It's fragile. It's sacred. And not everyone is meant to witness it up close. Some people only belong in your prayer list, not at your table. Yes, forgiveness is always required, but access is not. You can release them without reuniting. You can love them from afar without letting them back into intimate spaces. Let me decide who comes near. Let me decide who's qualified to stay. This is your gatekeeper season. You are stepping into clarity so pure that confusion will no longer feel normal. Conversations that used to exhaust you will no longer appeal. Environments that used to entice you will now grieve you. This is not isolation. This is consecration. I am setting you apart not to harm you, but to shield you. To bless you without interference. To increase you without leeches. To elevate you without sabotage. Watch how peace becomes your confirmation. Watch how your spirit reacts before your logic catches up. I am training you to feel the difference between what's familiar and what's anointed. Between what's old and what's ordained. Not every I miss you deserves an invitation. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Your generosity helps keep this divine content flowing, reaching others who desperately need it. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, You can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's more divine wisdom, prophetic instruction, and heavenly encouragement coming that will meet you right where you are, just when you need it. So now, rise with discernment. Rise with guarded joy. Rise with a spirit that says, Lord, not my will but yours. And I promise, what comes next will be worth everything you released. Type I choose clarity in the comments if this word pierced your spirit. Blessing code 8866 is surrounding you now with divine boundaries and holy relationships. My child, the hour is urgent, and the path before you is narrow but sacred. Heaven is not calling for performance. I am not asking you to strive, to hustle, to wear yourself down with works. What I am calling for in this hour is far greater and far weightier than effort. I am calling for obedience. Radical, immediate, unquestioning obedience. Because what happens next in your life and what happens next in your family's future hinges on what you do right now with my instruction. You keep saying, Lord, speak to me. I'm speaking. You said, God, show me the way. I am showing you. You begged for confirmation after confirmation, but I say now, you don't need another confirmation. This is it. This is the one. Obedience is the door that leads to the next season of your family's destiny. I am not asking you to know everything. I am not requiring you to understand every step, but I am requiring your full surrender. I'm asking for your full yes. Not a not a half-hearted attempt. A full surrender that says, God, even if it costs me comfort, reputation, or routine, I will obey. Let this be the word that breaks the back of delay in your life. Because the truth is, it hasn't been the enemy that blocked everything. An own child. Some doors have remained closed because I cannot bless disobedience. Some things have lingered in cycles not because of demonic warfare, but because you have yet to release what I told you to let go of. You're asking me to move mountains while holding on to burdens I commanded you to drop. Now is the time to get still. Turn off the noise. Power down the distractions. The answers you seek are not in the voices of culture, but in the whisper of my spirit. I've been speaking through restlessness, through resistance, through that inner nudge that won't go away. You've ignored it, hoping for something louder, something clearer. But my voice does not compete. I whisper because I'm close. And now I say again, do exactly what I say next. Clean the clutter. In your heart. In your home. In your habits. This next move is not about adding more. It's about stripping back everything that is not from me. I need a clean altar. I need undivided devotion. I need space in your schedule and silence in your spirit. Simplify. Surrender. Submit. You've asked for miracles, and I want to release them. But obedience is the gate they flow through. You begged for breakthrough, but I cannot deliver breakthrough where there is still rebellion. I'm not withholding to punish you. I'm waiting for alignment. This is the season where obedience will outperform talent. Obedience will outlast gifting. Obedience will open doors that hustle never could. You don't need to grind. You need to bow. You don't need more favor. You need more listening. When I speak, move. When I nudge, respond. When I close a door, don't force it open. When I say wait, do not rush ahead. This is not just about you anymore. Your entire household's protection and prosperity rest in the weight of your yes. There will be instructions that seem small, Do not overlook them. That person I bring to mind, reach out. That closet you've been ignoring, clean it. That habit you've justified, lay it down. That apology you've delayed, give it. That prayer you've been too tired to pray, whisper it. These are not random tasks. They are keys. Every act of obedience, no matter how small, is a strike against the strongholds the enemy has set up in your bloodline. You are not just obeying for today. You are obeying for the sake of every generation that follows you. What you obey now becomes their covering later. Even now, I am preparing fresh instruction for you. You will hear it when you quiet yourself. In the morning hours, in the stillness of the night, through a passage that jumps off the page, through a dream that lingers, through a voice you trust, confirmed in your spirit. But you must listen. You must be still long enough to hear. Do not argue with me. Do not rationalize away what I command. I will not always explain, but I will always lead. You don't need the whole blueprint to obey the next step. Trust me with the part you don't see yet. If you delay, so will the promise. If you obey, I will move swiftly. And child, I will reward your obedience. I always do. I will release provision for what you cannot afford. I will send helpers for what you cannot carry alone. I will orchestrate divine timing where there was only delay. But it begins with one act. Do exactly what I say next. This isn't a game. This isn't a suggestion. This is a lifeline from heaven. Your family's future is at stake. Their spiritual legacy is waiting on your courage. Do not hesitate. Do not consult your fears. I am the Lord your God, and my commands are for your good. Say yes, fully, now, and watch me move like you've never seen before. Type I obey without delay in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 6644 is activating divine clarity and swift instruction in your life right now. Child of glory, child of promise, child of divine assignment, listen closely now, for what I speak in this hour must awaken every dormant part of you. You've asked me, why has the warfare been so intense? You've cried out, why does it feel like everything is against me? And I answer you not in mystery, but in bold truth. It's because of what you carry. It's because of who you are. It's because of your name. You were never the problem. You were always the answer. The attacks you've endured were not random. The warfare was not coincidence. You've been fought from birth because hell saw your file in heaven. The enemy took one look at the anointing etched into your spiritual DNA and declared war. He did not wait for you to become strong to come after you. No, he struck while you were still young, still forming, still vulnerable, because he feared what you would become if you ever realized who you were. But I have preserved you for this very moment. The same you that was overlooked, underestimated, misunderstood, and mishandled, that is the you I've anointed. Not a future version of you. Not a more polished, better spoken, less broken version. I've anointed the one who went through it and still chose me. The one who cried in secret and still chose to worship. The one who asked for signs and still kept going when none came. The enemy didn't attack you because you were weak. He attacked you because you were chosen. Because your name carries an echo in the spirit realm. Your name shakes atmospheres. Your name is written on scrolls in heaven. Your name is spoken among angels when strategies for restoration are being written. And yes, your name has been whispered by demons in dread, because they know that once you awaken, their time in your family line is over. You carry a breaker's anointing. That's why you couldn't fit in with dysfunction. That's why you felt the tension in rooms others found comfortable. That's why you were grieved by conversations others laughed through. You were not created to blend in. You were crafted to shift the room. You were always different because you were always marked. You are not cursed. You are commissioned. You've wondered, why do others get away with so much while I'm convicted by even a glance? Because I place my spirit deep within you. Conviction follows you because glory follows you. You were not called to live casually. You are a carrier of consequence in the spirit. What you say shifts things. What you pray activates things. What you break becomes the foundation others will walk freely upon. Grace didn't choose you because of your perfection. Grace chose you because of your purpose. My favor landed on you when no one else saw you. My angel stood beside you when friends walked away. I kept your name from fading because I knew this day would come. This day, when I would look you in the eye and remind you, you are the answer. The bloodline you were born into wasn't a mistake. The dysfunction you survived wasn't your identity. It was your training ground. I allowed you to feel the weight of what was wrong so you could carry the oil for what will be right. You are heaven's interruption to hell's agenda. You are my divine strategy for your family. You've cried over what was broken, but you are the one I've called to repair the breach. You carry my authority. Even when you doubt, even when you feel insecure, even when your voice shakes, your authority is not rooted in feeling. It is rooted in your assignment. And your assignment was written long before your first failure. I gave you your calling knowing every mistake you would make. I factored in your humanity and still said, they are mine. So walk like I sent you. Speak like you were born for this. Pray like you're already seated in heavenly places. Because you are not trying to become anointed, you already are. Your name is being whispered in places of divine favor. Doors you didn't knock on are about to open. Tables you didn't build are being prepared. Why? Because your name has weight in heaven. You've labored in obscurity. Now I'm about to reward you in visibility. And no man will get the credit. They will have to say, surely, this was the hand of God. You don't have to force open what I've already assigned. You don't have to beg for a seat when I've already placed your name on it. I don't need you to strive. I need you to believe. Walk in the room like it's already yours. Because it is. And remember this. I chose you because you would carry this weight with humility. You would pray for those who mocked you. You would bless those who betrayed you. You would intercede for those who never interceded for you. That's why I trust you. That's why I'm calling your name in this hour. You are not the afterthought. You are not the backup plan. You are the answer. Type my name is chosen in the comments if this spoke into your identity. Blessing code 1717 is now releasing the favor that follows divine appointment. You said, Lord, if you're still with me, show me. You whispered, if you still have a plan for my family, give me a sign. And I answer you now, with thunder in my voice and mercy in my breath. This is your sign. This is your final warning before the shift becomes irreversible. This is the moment you will remember as the day heaven called out to you with clarity and power and said, act now, or lose what you cannot afford to lose. The shift is not coming. It's already begun. The movement in the Spirit is not waiting for your convenience. The hour is already turning. And I tell you now, you are standing on the ledge between two futures, one where obedience births revival, and one where delay becomes devastation. The time for wavering has ended. The moment for passivity is over. I've been patient. I've been gentle. But now I speak with urgency. What you choose next will echo for generations. This is not fear-mongering. This is not grammatics. This is prophecy. This is mercy that warns before judgment falls. This is the roar of a father unwilling to watch his children drift off the edge while pretending there is time to spare. There is not. You asked for a sign, and I speak now so clearly that your spirit cannot deny it. I've sent whispers, but you ignored them. I've stirred your dreams, but you dismissed them. I've moved through others, but you questioned their motives. So now I speak directly, without filters, without ambiguity. This is your divine alarm. Wake up. What is coming cannot be met with casual faith. What is forming requires fierce alignment. And what has begun to shift will either work in your favor or become your greatest regret, depending on your next move. You must sever ties with what I already told you to leave. You must abandon agreements with fear, shame, bitterness, and every voice that contradicts mine. You cannot carry old dysfunction into new territory. Stop excusing what I've already exposed. Stop normalizing what I've commanded you to reject. The enemy is not hiding anymore. He's operating boldly, because too many of my children have tolerated what should have been torn down. But not you. Not now. You are hearing this because I still trust you to respond. I still believe you will obey. I still believe you are the key that unlocks the turnaround your family needs. This is a threshold moment, a crossing over, a divine dividing line. What once was optional is now urgent. You must step fully into my instruction, even if it costs you relationships, routine, or reputation. I will vindicate you in time. I will restore what you release from me. But you cannot delay. You've cried, why hasn't anything changed? And I answer you, because you have not changed what I told you to. You've asked, why does it feel like something is holding me back? And I say to you, it is your hesitation, not my will, that has paused the promise. I do not force my will. I present it. I extend it. And then I wait for your response. But I will not wait forever. The door is open now. The invitation is extended now. And if you walk through it, I will send acceleration, miracles, divine alignment, restoration in ways that defy logic and history. But if you walk away again, if you delay again, if you resist again, the shift will not wait. This is not about punishment. This is about principle. Obedience opens what prayers cannot unlock. You can pray and still delay. You can worship and still refuse. But it is obedience, bold, decisive obedience, that seals this next move. You asked for a sign. I'm speaking to you now. Through this very word. Through the trembling in your chest. Through the tears forming in your eyes. Through the stillness you feel pressing in. That's me. That's my spirit confirming what you already knew deep down, that this is the moment that changes everything. So choose. Choose freedom. Choose truth. Choose the narrow way. Choose righteousness. Choose now. Because after this, things will begin to move, with or without you. But if you move with me, if you say yes even through your fear, I will cover your family with divine protection. I will silence the chaos. I will reverse what was meant for destruction. I will plant your feet on solid ground and send generational blessing through your line like a flood. But only if you act now. The angels assigned to this moment are already being released. The clock in the spirit is already striking. The final alignment is being made, and heaven is looking for your agreement. Let it not be said that you were warned and walked away. let it be said that you heard and obeyed. If you feel the gravity of this moment, do not ignore it. Don't click away. Don't brush it off. Do not wait for another message. There will be another one like this. This is your sign. Type "This is my shift" in the comments if this final warning woke your spirit. Blessing code 3033 is now surrounding you with angelic alignment and divine protection. Beloved, now that the word has been spoken and the warning released, expect the signs. Expect heaven to respond with evidence. You have moved. You have believed. You have chosen obedience in the middle of fear, and now I, the Lord your God, declare this over your life. You will not wait long to see the fruit of your faith. What comes next is not random. It is not delayed. It is not beyond you. It is already on the way. And the signs, the divine confirmations you've longed for, will begin to unfold with unmistakable clarity. Yes, the signs are already on their way. You may hear it first in the voice of a child, an innocent word carrying heaven's tone. You may feel it in a dream, not one of confusion, but one of clarity, of direction, of unshakable peace. You may notice it in a phone call that seems casual at first but contains divine timing hidden in every word. You may sense it in an old memory suddenly rising, not to hurt you, but to release the final forgiveness needed to unlock the next level. Watch closely. Listen deeply, because I am speaking through everything. Your spirit will begin to catch what your mind can't yet grasp. You will feel a shift before you see it. You will sense that something is different, and it is. Because I am already walking ahead of you, preparing the very ground you feared to step into. I am sending evidence. I am sending encounters. I am sending confirmation not to entertain you, but to anchor you. This next stretch will not be about striving. It will not be about fixing every problem with your own hands. I'm not requiring control. I'm requiring attention. Stay spiritually alert. You do not need to force anything. Just stay aligned. Stay obedient. Stay available. Watch how quickly I begin to connect what seems scattered. That estranged relationship you laid at my feet, a word will be spoken that begins the healing. That door you assumed was closed for good. I will cause the same people who said no to come back with favor and a new tone. That opportunity you thought you missed, I will show you that nothing is lost when you stay in covenant with me. I redeem time. I redeem connections. I redeem outcomes. But I need you to believe even when it's quiet. Even now, signs are moving toward you. Angels are arranging divine meetings. Hearts are softening in rooms you're not even in. I'm preparing someone to speak your name in a conversation that shifts everything. You don't need to push your way in. I've already given you the favor. What's coming next is not a result of effort. It is the harvest of obedience. And the signs won't just come in open doors. Some signs will be closed ones. That rejection you feared, if it comes, it's a sign of redirection, not punishment. It's silence from someone you wanted to hear from. It's a sign that they no longer hold the keys to your next chapter. I am not confusing you. I am clarifying the path. Some signs will feel like loss at first, but trust me, what I removed now is making space for what I promised. Expect alignment. Expect ease. Expect that strange moment where what once strained you suddenly no longer appeals to you. That's a sign. Your appetite is changing. Your spiritual taste buds are maturing. You're not attracted to chaos anymore. You're craving clarity. That's growth. That's transformation. That's divine maturity. And with this maturity comes a new kind of discernment, not just in what to reject, but in what to receive. You will begin to recognize my hand on things you previously ignored. You'll begin to notice the subtle nods of heaven in conversations, in scriptures, in signs along the road, in worship lyrics that pierce your soul. I will confirm the path. I will affirm the shift. I will remind you again and again, you are not walking alone. Your steps are being ordered. Your prayers are being answered. Your alignment is being rewarded. And it's not just about you anymore. The signs are coming to establish something for your bloodline. I am doing something so deep that even generations to come will feel the blessing. That sudden financial favor. That moment of unexpected peace at the dinner table. A text from a family member you hadn't heard from in years. These aren't coincidences. They are the fingerprints of God. Stay positioned. Keep your heart clean. Keep your ears open. Don't dismiss the small. Don't overlook the ordinary. What seems insignificant to the world carries prophetic weight in the spirit. I am not just confirming things to encourage you. I am confirming things to secure you. You are being ushered into a brand new chapter. Not a recycled version of the past. Not a repeat of previous patterns. Something entirely new. And the signs will lead you forward one step at a time. Let your confidence rise. Let your expectation be stirred. Don't brace for disappointment. Prepare for fulfillment. You are not hoping in vain. You are not walking blindly. I am with you. I am speaking. And I am confirming everything you've believed in secret. The signs are already on their way. Some of you have already seen the first of them, that unexplainable peace, that sudden boldness, that overwhelming desire to make things right. That's not random. That's me. That's the beginning. Now move forward boldly. Keep your eyes open. I will not let you miss what I have ordained. I will not let you fumble what I have secured. You are in the right place, at the right time, hearing the right word, and heaven is responding. If this message has stirred your spirit and you feel led to support, consider giving a super thanks of up to $20. Your generous support helps us keep creating and sharing these prophetic messages that are changing lives across the world. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating via PayPal using the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel. You'll receive real-time spiritual guidance, fresh prophetic insights, and divine instructions that continue building your walk, your calling, and your family's future. Type ISE the signs in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 4545 is now unlocking divine evidence, timely confirmation, and family level breakthrough. Now pause, my beloved. Breathe in. Be still. For the words have been spoken, the warnings delivered, the instructions released, and now it is time to rest in what I will do. You have carried so much for so long. You have wept, warred, waited, and wondered, God, will this ever shift? I say to you now with all the authority of heaven behind me, yes. Yes, it will. Yes, it has. Yes, it's already begun. You obeyed. You listened. You aligned. And now, watch what I do. You've done your part. Now let me do mine. You've humbled yourself. You've surrendered. You've given me access to the places you once guarded. You opened the doors to your family's spiritual rooms and said, Lord, come in. And I have. I am now moving through every hallway of your household, every shadowed corner, every broken relationship, every generational room where dysfunction lived like an heir. I am cleansing it now. I am making all things new. The shift that was prophesied has begun. The window is open. The angels are released. What once felt like endless delay is now a divine setup for acceleration. Do not worry about how. I am not limited by logic. I do not need a process to bring a promise. I do not require permission to move in power. I only need agreement, and you gave it. Your family's future is no longer hanging in uncertainty. It is suspended in my faithfulness, and I have never failed. I am the God who parts seas. I am the God who shuts lions' mouths. I am the God who resurrects what was sealed in death. And I am the God who will restore your household. So now, I invite you to pray. Not with fear, not with doubt, not as a beggar, but as a child who knows their Father is faithful. Open your heart. Repeat these words, and let heaven hear your trust rise from the earth. Father, I surrender. I surrender my home, my name, my bloodline to you. I give you every generation, past, present, and future. I release the pressure to fix what only you can heal. I repent for where I delayed, where I tolerated what was unholy, and where I gave access to what you had closed. I break every agreement with fear, bitterness, confusion, and compromise. I say yes to your ways. I say yes to your timing. I say yes to restoration. Heal what I couldn't fix. Mend what I couldn't reach. Redeem what was stolen. And make me a vessel of peace, power, and purpose in my family and in this generation. In Jesus' name, amen. Now lift your head, child. Let the peace of heaven settle over you. Let every storm begin to still. Let every anxious thought be replaced by calm assurance. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are carried. You are seen. You are protected. You are planted in divine soil, and you will see fruit, not just in your lifetime, but in the lives that follow you. Let the gratitude rise now. Let the weight fall off your shoulders. You've crossed through the message, and now the mantle rests on you. You've heard the instruction. Now the evidence is coming. You've responded to the call. Now watch what I do. Type amen in the comments to seal this moment. Blessing code 8888 is now surrounding you in the fullness of divine completion, family restoration, and supernatural favor.